And welcome back to Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Melee with me, Marth. In the last episode, we cleared up Classic Mode with Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Peach, Bowser unlocked Marth, and we also beat it with Young Link. So in this episode, we're going to clear Classic with Jigglypuff, Marth, and after beating it with Marth, we will unlock a character. We'll finish it up with him, and then hopefully get on to some events. So we got a pretty big agenda to do right here. Hopefully Jigglypuff's won't take that long. We'll just use this. Boom! No gun for you, Falcon. Falcon doesn't need a gun. He's got his fists and the Falcon punch. Team Link, nothing. Team Young Link all the way, man. Actually, no. Team Marth all the way. What's funny is this game, or at least whenever I first played it, it seemed to team up Marth and Link all the time, which was really cool because, you know, it's a good combination. Alright, this break the targets is actually somewhat difficult. A lot of people have problems with this one, apparently. So the trick for this first one is just jump, and then... Well, I can't really do it for this first one, but you jump... There you go. You just jump straight at it, and don't press any other buttons, and you'll make it through on both of them. I thought that was only for the second one, but I guess it works for both. Okay, these things will move at you. Just ignore the ones on the top, and the bottom ones just duck under them. Now these four right here, I'd recommend getting rid of that one and then just jumping back so you'll get all your jump power back. So what you're going to be doing is hitting jump and then side B. Okay? So like this. Jump, side B, jump, side B, jump, side B. Hopefully that makes sense. Don't use up B because that's a singing attack and it won't do any damage, so it can't kill a target. Jigglypuff has no up B. And that's really the only advice I can give for that. If anybody has a lot of trouble with multiple target tests, I'll make a video specifically for all the target tests when we get all the characters and try to explain as best I can there. And I got a hammer, but the hammer came off, but not before killing Valko, so he got its job done. Once it's not Giant Link. I didn't get to activate. Wake up, Jiggly. Oh, too late. Fox already killed him. I was trying to use her down B attack, which is rest. You have to use it when you're above somebody, but if you can actually get it to work, it does a lot of damage. That's obviously a coin, in case you couldn't tell. No! Yeah, figures we get the one trophy that we already have. And that was the beam sword, obviously, an item. The beam sword's a pretty cool item, so I kind of wish I'd gotten those too. Oh well. I know that was kind of cheap, but like I said, I don't like this stage at all. Donkey Kong, ready? So pathetic, teams. I'm telling you. Now this is actually one where I'd recommend not taking that middle path. I'd actually recommend taking the lower path on this one. Ooh, look, a Bomb-Bomb trophy. Because Jigglypuff is a multiple jumper, so this would work well for her. The middle path would work just fine too. In fact, any of them would work for a really good jumper. Like Yoshi or Ness or Jigglypuff or Kirby. But we're going to show the lower path because we haven't seen it before, so... If I find another really good jumper, I'll show the upper path as well. The upper path is actually probably the most difficult one to finish. This one it's easy to fall off on. This is actually the only part of the stage where you can fall off. So that's why I normally don't take that path. The upper path has like a whole bunch of spikes on the sides of the wall, and you have to jump up without hitting the spikes. It's very strange. Metal Dr. Mario. Alright. Hey, you don't dodge my attacks. Jigglypuff! You fool! I know you did not just taunt me. What a creepy picture to end on. For that stage, anyway. See if I can activate the rest attack on Master Hand. I don't know how much damage it does, but it's really good knockback-wise. So that's what it does. But then you're vulnerable to get hit by attacks like this, so never use it unless you're positive it'll get a kill. Now, if you can get like a Blossom Pokemon that will put the opponent to sleep, or use Jigglypuff's up A, or up B, I apologize, up B, and put them to sleep and follow it up with that, that's really good because they can't dodge it because they're asleep. But if you know it's going to be the ending blow, go ahead and use it. Because there won't be any repercussion of getting hit or anything like that. That's one thing you have to realize about Smash Bros. You're not going to win by just always using your strongest attacks. Sometimes you've got to use weaker attacks to build up damage before you actually try to use a strong attack to kill them. Alright, next, creating the Jigglypuff trophy. Now we can move on to some real characters here, like Marth, the Swordsman Supreme. Marth is awesome. Easily my favorite character. Like, all the smash attacks are good. He's really fast. He's got good recovery, really good speed. The only thing that really can mess him up is the fact that he doesn't have any projectile. He also has a skill called Counter, kind of like Peach's, down B, where if you can time it correctly, it's pretty hard to time in this game, but Brawl, it's easier to time. Any attack that hits him, he'll counter it and not take any damage at all. Okay, that was not fair. Did not want to pick that up. Yes, Freezy death! Excellent. I always love killing people with Freezies. Okay, I was not a coward so much as I could not, for the life of me, get anything done. And Marth's target test, it's got, like, half of them are easy, half of them are slightly difficult. For example, this one down here, it's very hard to get and recover from. Of course, I jumped down before I wanted to, I just kind of like fell down there. But you gotta use up B, but make sure you kind of angle it to the left so he can recover. It's also harder to use his attack called the Dancing Blade, because you have to press B at the right time. Depending on if you press up along with that side B, it'll do different types of attacks, so you can experiment with it a little bit. You could just continually hit side B over and over in Brawl, though. But in Melee, you actually have to work for it a little bit. But if you can get it done, then it works really well. And also, Marth's taunt is in Japanese. Just so you know. A lot of the games that he was in were not released in America. In America! Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon is an American game, though, and that was released here. So I guess if you want to play a game with Marth in it, go play Shadow Dragon. I have actually played it, and now I have beaten it. I constantly said in some earlier videos on my channel that I needed to go beat it, and I actually did go and beat it. It's really fun, too. I actually enjoyed it a lot. I had to arena abuse a little bit, but not too badly. They had a really good archer, Gordon. He reminded me of Rolf. For those of you that played Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn with Ike in it. He reminded me a lot of Rolf. He looked a lot like him, too. He had, you know, a little bit of a scrawny, or svelte, for those of you that don't like the word scrawny. You know, wasn't really muscular, green hair, kind of young, but not very, very young. So more like the Radiant Dawn version of Rolf, I guess. he's a pretty good archer too, man. He can get stuff done. What's interesting though in Shadow Dragon, for being a Lord character, Marth is actually really good. He stops leveling up at level 30, always has really high speed, skill, and luck, always has a decent attack stat. So for a acquired character, he's actually pretty good. Like Ike, for a acquired character, pretty good. And that's not always the case. Like, some of the characters actually aren't very good for being required ones. The classic 3 from the original ones, though, Lyn, Hector, and Ellawood, they were all really good characters. But like I said, that's not always the case. Like, the ones I've played, all the Lords were good characters, but not always the case. Something you might have noticed right there, when I used the Dancing Blade, it gave me a little bit of a boost in height right there, just a little bit. That works in this game, but not in Brawl. It gives you a little bit of a boost to get back. So when you recover, try using side B once, and then using up B, and it might just give you that little boost you need. Oh, and one other thing that Marth's not good at is throwing. He cannot throw to save his life. Watch this. So, yeah, that's the only real disadvantage he has besides no projectile. But, you know, he's such a good character, you barely notice it. And a lot of people think Marth is the best character in this game, and he is, in my opinion. He's my favorite, at least. I air dodged that just a little too late. It's amazing how much less time it took with Marth than it did for Jigglypuff. And Marth is pretty much always going to be my first choice. Like, Fox will be a pretty good second, Peach will be a good third. In Brawl, Marth will still be my first character, though. And I'll use, if I have a backup, it'll still be Fox. And then, who else would I... Lucas is a pretty good choice in Brawl. Lucario is pretty good. Link's pretty good in that game, obviously. I would say Mario if it was the first game, but ugh. Mario got... I don't know what happened to Mario. He gets, like, progressively worse as the series goes on. So, now we have Roy, also from the Fire Emblem series. I mentioned Ellawood earlier, and he does look like Ellawood, but that's probably because Ellawood is his father. He's the daughter of Lyn and Ellawood. So that's why he looks a lot like him. But Roy's a pretty good character, too. He is kind of a clone of Marth. I would have loved to see him make a reappearance in Brawl. It would have been so awesome to see him come back. But, you know, with a new moveset, as opposed to being the same thing as Marth's. It would have been so awesome. So, he trades a little bit of speed for a little bit of power. If you charge up this move completely, it'll be an instant kill. But it'll do 10 damage to him. But you shouldn't need that for very easy on Classic mode. But still, you know, like, he can do a boatload of damage really quickly, even though his speed's a little bit lower. Oh, she's mini, that's why I couldn't see her that well. That was a horrible impersonation of that scream. Whereas break the target's pretty easy, but it's a pretty linear path as well. You can break right through those, even though it doesn't look like you can. Stupid screensaver. Ah, didn't make that. It always seems weird trying to go around those, because I'll try to hit a target and recover, but I usually won't make it. So I'll try to go for both the targets and then try to recover for it. I don't know. I forgot what the path was back when I played this game a lot more. I knew the path pretty well. I always, for some reason, think you have to unlock this stage in the game when you don't. It just feels like a stage that you have to unlock, because I don't see it that often. Deal with his taunt, though. Yeah! Another screw attack right here. Electrode. Don't need Electrode. Or Squirtle. Stop giving us the Squirtle trophy, man. Keep getting the same trophies now. Lasso, so happy. Oh, and if you ever see the Birdo trophy, immediately go for it, because there's a stage you can unlock by getting the Birdo trophy. Don't ask me why you have to get the Birdo trophy. Just because Birdo's on that stage, like a little 8-bit version of Birdo. I don't know why they made that a requirement. So that's the only time that ever happens. That never happens at Brawl, never happens in the original. Of course, there were no trophies in the original, but still, it feels weird having to find a trophy to unlock a stage. Don't know what to make of it. And unlike Marth's sword, where you can do the most damage with using the tip of the sword, Roy's has most at the middle of the sword, kind of like Link's. So on Marth is more of a finesse character. Roy's more of a relying on power. Even though it's just that little tip between speed and power, it's enough to make Roy have a new strategy compared to Marth. Though I will admit he is a clone, sadly. He's a good clone, though. He should have come back. I mean, most of the characters didn't come back because they were either A, a clone, or B, they got replaced. Like, Roy got replaced by Ike, but he was also a clone, so he was kind of a victim of both of those problems. Which, I liked Roy a lot more than Ike. I'm just not a fan of Ike, because Ike's even slower than... Well, not even slower than Roy, but Ike's a lot slower than Roy. Roy's not that slow to begin with, but Ike is extremely slow, and his up B skill, Ether, oh man. It feels so weird using Ether every single time. I have to. Ugh. I'll never get used to it. Let's see if I can move him back here a little bit. Oh, see if I can... Yeah, there we go. There we go. That wasn't fully charged, but whatever. And if you know it's not going to do damage, just let go of it before it gets fully charged, and you won't take that 10% of damage. Now, it's not going to be an instant kill on bosses like Master Hand, you know, that have HP meters instead of percentage ratios. But you can still use it to damage them. And Roy's attacks, some of them are fire elemental attacks. And Marth doesn't really have elemental attacks behind his. They're just, you know, regular attacks. A lot of his criticals in the game he was in, which I actually can't remember what it's called. I was trying to remember what it was through this whole thing. A lot of his criticals will show his sword lighting up on fire. So that's where they get that from. You can look these all up on YouTube. They've got, like, Super Smash Bros. Melee, the history behind Roy's attacks, or stuff like that. You can look it up, and it'll explain a lot of them. some pretty interesting stuff there. I'm not using all of that knowledge. Like, some of it's my own knowledge, some of it's from that. But, you know, I've played a lot of series, so. Roy Trophy, very nice. Can we have some more events, please? Maybe? Drat! Whoever it is we need, we don't have him. That's a shame. Fine. We'll go into one adventure mode, only because I want to get a character. So we're going to choose Marth. Doesn't matter which character you do this with. And like I said, I'll show one or two, and then after that I'm going to speed up and play music. So adventure, you basically run through the worlds. You know, they got Mario series, Zelda series, Pokemon series. And there'll be like stuff like running through here, fights occasionally. You can kill the enemies if you want, but you don't get any real prize for it or anything like that. It's not like Brawl when you're going through subspace and you can find trophy stands and trophy-fy them. There's a Mr. Saturn trophy, but oh well. Okay, so what you want to do is have the timer stop in the second where it says 2, like that. See, it says 612. So you want to get that second timer on a 2, and that will have this happen. Don't ask me why that's a requirement either. And we have Luigi. Hello, Luigi. Always ready to overshadow his brother Mario at any moment, but sadly Nintendo hates him, so. Trying to kill Peach, even if I was going to take damage from all of it. Ouch! Well, at least his death was fast. I'm sorry, Luigi. Now, you're going to have to fight him at the end of all of this, just so you know. And if you ever do lose to a character like that, you can always just do the same requirement again. And with characters like Young Link, where you have to beat Classic with 10 characters, just go beat Classic again. They're not going to make you beat it with 10 other people. Which would have been really mean if they had. But they don't do that. Ready? Go! Underground Maze. This one's pretty interesting. I don't know what to make of this one. Basically, there are a whole bunch of pedestals. Some of them will have the Master Sword in them, and if you go near one of those, you're going to have to fight Link. You're looking for the one with the Triforce on it. That will let you win. So, you can actually just skip the fight altogether if you just jump over it. Stupid Redead. Like, you stay away from me. You do get like a gigantic points bonus if you kill all the Links, but since the points don't matter, kind of like whose line is it anyway, there's no reason to. There it is. They do give you plenty of time to search through there. I think there's only like 6 areas where it could be overall, so it's not that bad. I'm really surprised they don't show Link in this fight. Oh, Marth didn't need that bunny hood. He's already fast enough. Get back here. I don't care if there's a Pokeball over there. Oh, that's what you were going for. I don't think so. You stop that. You're just running away. That's why I don't like this stage, man. It took longer than it should have, but oh well. Now you're not going to be fighting everybody, just you're going to be fighting a lot of characters. Like, I don't think you fight Ganondorf. Like I said, I'm surprised you don't fight Link right there in that last fight, but oh well. And this is pretty interesting right here. You've got to run to the top of this thing. If you don't make it, you actually do lose a life here. So definitely recommend actually trying to make this. There'll be a trophy somewhere on this thing. Usually it's at the end. I'm surprised it was so early on. I'm trying not to get the hiccups again, jeez. But usually it's at the very end of this thing. And really the only way this could be hard is trying to make those really precise jumps. Usually it's like right there on that thing on the left, or there's another one on the right that's just like it. Now we move on to Kirby's area, Green Greens. Such a creative name, isn't it? So creative.
Ready, go!
I'm just trying to get this done quickly, so we'll have enough time. And hopefully we're just missing that one character, Luigi, and we can get back to the events. I got a bad feeling it's the character that you have to play 24 hours of versus mode for. If you want to get that character right off the bat, feel free to do it. Just get 2 controllers, set it to a stage where there's no events that can happen, like Pokemon Stadium or something like that, where you know characters won't fall off. Turn off the items and just leave them there for 24 hours. Though I wouldn't leave your GameCube or Wii on that long. You know, maybe do that 4 times and just leave it on for 6 hours each time or something like that. Just put it on when you go to bed or something. Yeah, if you beat all those Kirbys in less than 30 seconds, you'll face a giant Kirby, but it's pretty easy to kill. As you can see, I took him out in 8.5 seconds. You get 10,000 points for giant Kirby KO, but once again, the points don't matter, so there's no reason. I love this part right here.
Hold A to charge up shot. Cut your way through with a boost. Aren't you guys thinking of something else?
Yep, Star Fox 64. It's even got a picture of General Pepper. Yeah, that's right, General Pepper. I'm messing up with Peppy. So we're fighting Valko. Sometimes you'll fight Fox again, just a different color outfit he'll wear. That's about it. But sometimes it'll also be Valko. I'll bet Tim loved Melee just because that one reference right there, NCS I should say. Just because that one Star Fox 64 reference. Tim and his Star Fox, you know. And right here you can actually fight a Jigglypuff. He's mixed in with all the Pikachus. I don't know if Jigglypuff is more rare than Pikachu in the Pokemon series. I don't think so. I think they're about the same. You find Pikachu in like Viridian Forest and stuff like that. There's usually a trophy up there. So this is the F-Zero track. You can basically find a whole bunch of spots to stand on or duck under so you don't have to get hit by the cars. I do love this music. The F-Zero soundtracks are pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm probably cutting it closer than you have to, but I'm a daredevil like that, I guess. And if you think the F-Zero racing is not normally as chaotic, oh, it is, trust me. And there we go. Alright, next we have... oh, Falcon Fight. I'm not trying to use that move. There we go. Right on the tip of the sword. Excellent. On it, that's what it is. Couldn't remember what the next stage was. Really good strategy here is trying to get the cars to come and hit these 3. And Mr. Saturn's will always appear like crazy here. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's set that to be the only item. Like on Pokemon stage, it's only set to be Pokeballs, but I don't know. Pretty sure that's the case though. And once again, my screensaver came back on, and we have to navigate our way up this thing. And oh, is it irritating to do so. You can make it speed up by getting to a very high platform, and it'll automatically scroll up. Oh, it's so irritating. After a while in the music soundtrack, it'll start to scroll up really fast. And if you jump too high, you can actually go in the background and kill yourself, even if nothing attacks you. You can also pick up a freeze if you want to fight him with that. Yeah, right about here is where it's going to start speeding up real fast. And then eventually it'll slow down, the ice climbers will show up. I guess that ice climber didn't realize we were fighting. And believe it or not, the stage can actually scroll down as well as opposed to up. Not very common, but it does happen. Now we move to Battlefield, which is the second to last area in adventure mode. I love this music right here, though. It's a low-gravity environment, so all your jumps are going to make you go up a lot higher, and you'll be fighting a lot of wireframes all at once, but they're one-hit kill enemies, just like a team on easy mode would be. Dude, what are you doing? He's just, like, jumping around right there. Weirdo. But there's, like, 50... I think it's 15, might be 30 of them. And then you face Metal Mario. If you've unlocked Luigi at this point, it'll be Metal Mario and Metal Luigi. But still, not too bad. Because, you know, once again, metal character, you can throw them straight off the edge, and they can't recover. Final Destination. Which their 5th movie is coming out, apparently. Perfect way to kill Bowser. You do have to rack up a lot of damage, though. I believe his damage ratio is set to, like, 0.75 or something like that, so you do have to knock him around a little bit before you can actually kill him. And there we go. Now, if you play that on a harder difficulty and beat it in a certain amount of time without using a continue, you can fight Giga Bowser, which is just a gigantic version of Bowser that looks a little bit different and is a lot stronger. You can beat him, though. He is beatable. So don't think it's like, oh, we can't beat him. It can be done. You also get a different picture when beating it in Adventure and also with All-Star. So new foes appeared. I love that pose right there. That is like Facebook photo right there. That's profile picture for Facebook right there. If I was Luigi, that would be my profile picture for Facebook. And if you remember, I said something about the Birdo trophy. You can I was gonna say, if you use that star, warp star right there, I was gonna be so annoyed. This is the stage you get when you get the Birdo trophy. So you can see it, the Birdo trophy looks like that. Man in green, Luigi is ready for action. Got a whole bunch of trophies for that. Now can we have some event matches? Yay! Alright, fine. I know we don't have really that much time, but I want to do one, at least one. Mario Bros. Madness, a classic Clash in the Mushroom Kingdom. Talking so fast I can't even say it. I'm that excited. This one's actually another survival one now that I think about it. Because I'm pretty sure you don't have to kill them. I'm pretty sure they respawn. Let's see. Yeah, they just respawn. So as long as you have a higher score than both of them, you're fine. And you get a point for KOing them, and they lose a point for dying. Same thing for you. So you can essentially just get in the corner like this and kill them over and over. They might kill you once or twice, but I don't think it's an immediate game. Yeah, it's not an immediate game over, so this is just a timed match. Like, it's 4 to -2 to -2 right now. jerk. Yeah, so you don't get an immediate game over for messing up. Now, if you suicide, you're going to lose a point, but they're not going to gain one, so... You're so trying to push me into that. Dude, what the heck? Alright, that's it. Get over here. Man, Luigi, you just got nailed right there. Mario killed himself, so... Oh, that's I think in the last 10 seconds it plays the... Oh no, in the last 20 seconds it plays the your timer's running out noise. Oh, I didn't die right there. Cool. So there we go. Yeah, this is the Young Link versus Link. Okay. So next time on Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Melee, we're going to do some more events. And hopefully after you beat enough of these, we'll unlock more. This one right here, though, I'm going to tell you right now, this one right here is the worst event match in the game. This, in my opinion, is the hardest one right here. Ugh, I hate this one. I'm not going to enjoy that one, I'm telling you that right now. But anyway, that's for next time, so see you guys then.